I don't know about you, but for me, I need to have things laid out in a specific way that will make me productive. Otherwise, I get distracted by anything. I need to have the things handy, visual, out there for me to be productive and focused. So that's what this video is about. I want to talk about the most useful 3D prints for productivity and focus. And I have some special 3D prints with some hidden tricks. Let's get started. So first, it's just an A5 clipboard. I just need to have things handy to be able to take notes as soon as a thought comes up. And taking out my phone is just a distraction. So having paper on hand, having a clipboard, having sticky notes, all of that would work. But I really wanted a little more portable. And sure, you can pick up your sticky notes or notebook, and I have plenty of those, but I wanted something to motivate me, honestly. The last clipboard that I printed was a little too small and it just didn't fit the paper right. Like, I just didn't have paper that fit that size. So I printed this one out in hopes that it would fit the paper that I currently had. And I wanted it to be small. I didn't want a gigantic 8.5 by 11 clipboard. This one was one plate, took 1.5 hours to print, and was 52 grams of filament. This is the clipboard. It's supposed to be able to carry a pen, but my pens are too thick for it. Hey, that works. And along the same lines, since I'm frivolously taking notes on every thought that comes to mind, I needed somewhere to put pens that I can access all the time. But I didn't want to have a huge selection of pens either. And this is my treadmill remote, and it kept falling on the ground. I kept losing it, didn't have a place. So I needed it to have a place, and what better place than right under the monitor? And that's exactly what this monitor holder does. That monitor pen holder took 3 hours and about 103 grams of filament. And again, it just keeps my pens right there so I don't have to go searching and get distracted by something else. Because if you're like me, sometimes you go into another room, you know you had something in mind, you go into the room, and as soon as you enter the room, you're like, what was I here for? So having the pens right there is the perfect solution. Make sure to stick around until the end because I tell you how I turn these 3D printed things into smart things. Next, I've always been a little bit obsessed with pens, and lately I've gone into a new hobby that maybe I shouldn't have gone into because I'm into 3D printing and it's already expensive, but I like fountain pens. I can't help it. I want to get into like calligraphy. I like drawing, but I don't like drawing. You know what I mean? Anyway, the door has been open to fountain pens, and I'm loving everything about it. My husband got me one for my birthday, and then I've gotten 2 more since then. But I needed somewhere to display them because they're pretty cool. Plus also, like I said, I need to have it in front of me, otherwise I won't use it. So I printed this pen display. I get to see my fountain pens in their beautiful colors, and because they're visually there, I don't forget to use them. That one took 2.4 hours and about 77 grams of filament. For the next stain, I understand not everybody has wires laying around, but if you do, this is the perfect solution. I printed a heavy-duty modular cable ramp, and that's because I have a light right here that has a wire going to the plug. And I kept getting distracted or demotivated to move my chair or get things out of the way because that wire, that dreaded wire, was in the way. So I like my things to be visually out there, but it doesn't mean that I absolutely like clutter or that I need to be cluttered, because when I have clutter, it just messes with my mind. Right now, my office is not as clean as it should be, and it's kind of driving me nuts. And this is simply to hide it, but also to be able to move my chair back and forth with ease and not run into any, what's the word I'm looking for? Blockers of any sort. So I printed this not only to make it look better and more clean, but also to not have literally any blockers for, like, from my chair moving up and down from it. It would always get caught and cause an issue. So anything that would mentally block me or physically block me, I was trying to find a solution for it, and this was perfect. I could have gone to Walmart and bought it, but instead it took 16 hours and 500 grams of filament. So I'm gonna say that's about $6. Ow. This is something that I actually printed in PLA, but I maybe should have used PETG or ASA, but I ran out of ASA, so I probably should have used PETG, but we'll see. We'll see how long it'll last. Editing essay here. First of all, did you say God bless you to my sneeze? Second of all, update on the heavy duty wire ramps. I did say that I printed them in PLA. That was a mistake. I knew it from the get. Well, I didn't know it from the get. I thought it would maybe work, but I'm on wood floor. I should have learned from the foot roller that they were just gonna slip. They were slippy, slidey. My husband comes in here, he's making fun of me because he's like, what? That's a tripping hazard. I'm like, what? I printed it so it wouldn't be a tripping hazard, but it is. So what I should have done is probably use a flexible filament, maybe a TPU or a PIBA. I only have TPU right now, so I'm gonna give that a shot, but I doubt that I'll be able to get an update in there before I release this video because I'm trying to release it today. For this same line, I have similar issues with the power brick. It kept falling and causing issues, and it just kept like blocking me from being able to work effectively. So I printed a power brick holder. This one I had to modify a little bit because the brick was actually wider than what the print profile had. So I made it wider without stretching everything else, and it works perfectly. I added a metal wire just to hold on to one of the knobs. Anytime that it gets pulled or dragged, no longer is it getting unplugged. It's the perfect solution. So again, I removed the things that were getting in the way, things that were looking bad, things that were making me want to stop doing things or stop filming or stop doing any work that I needed to do. So it was a great solution. I'm actually very proud of that one. And I found it during the 30-day challenge, but I didn't think it would apply to many people. But in reality, it's just a productivity thing, right? Like if your mind is all cluttered up by all the things that are in the way, then find a solution to clear it out. And that's what I ended up doing with that. That took 1 hour and about 30 grams of filament. The next thing is a designer catch-all tray. I tend to have a little too many things in my pockets, and when I wanted to get them out, I would just throw it there. But again, that would create clutter, and that makes me unproductive. So I decided to print that catch-all tray, and now it just holds all my stuff in one place and it looks neat. For that catch-all tray, I did modify it as well to make it a little bit longer than the smallest one, but not as thick as the bigger ones. They had a lot of options. So check it out and see if any of those fit what you need. It took 3.5 hours and 88 grams of filament to print. Next are just drawers. Like I'm just gonna throw it out there. 3D printed drawers for your desk why are you buying any? I understand that 3D printed drawers take a lot longer than if you go to say Walmart's or even Dollar Tree, but they fit your needs. So I have these that hold my pens, and I'm using Gridfinity, and it organizes it exactly like I want. I also have these that hold any wires or pens or sticky notes that I need that I don't fully use often, even like things to manicure my nails. And this is the latest edition. I needed somewhere to put my scissors and my calipers. These drawers are usually little, so it makes it so you could organize it very specifically to a specific thing. So you always know where whatever it is that you're looking for is, because it was made, that drawer was made specifically for something that you had in mind. Does that make sense? Next is this magnetic NFC mount. I printed this because I kept getting distracted and was thinking about getting a dumb phone or a light phone. But all those things are expensive, even a dumb phone, a flip phone. And then I looked into this thing called Brick. Then I realized you can just make something like this. I was about to take my time to start trying to build an app, but then I realized there's already apps out there. You literally just have to search sometimes. So there's this app called Focus, and all you have to do to make it similar to the Brick is get NFC stickers and stick it literally anywhere. You don't need to 3D print anything, but I did want to give it a specific home, something that was not just my fridge. I could have just stuck the NFC sticker onto the fridge and that would be it. And if you don't have a 3D printer, which I doubt because you're watching this, then you don't have to waste any filament on it. But I like that I can magnetize it, I can move it around, I can change the location without it being very permanent. This took 38 minutes and 9 grams of filament. Anyway, this focus stain allows you to block applications that make you doom scroll or brain rot. So anytime I would look at my phone, sometimes I would get sucked into the vortex that is social media. So this has come in clutch. And I'll show you how to set up because it was a little bit tricky. So you go to the App Store, you look for Focus, F-O-Q-O-S, and you download the app. Once it's downloaded, you create a profile and it'll ask you what strategy you want to use when it starts up. I chose NFC. You could use a QR code. You could use manual. So like you don't necessarily need NFC chips. Oh, and a side note. Bambu Labs, if you buy their filament, they have RFID tags. And if it's completely done, then you could take those RFID tags and repurpose them. So whenever you scan it, it'll do some automation for you. Okay, so back to the setup. You downloaded the Focus app, you created your profile, you selected how you're gonna start using it. But then in iPhone, it doesn't let you just scan if you're not in the Focus app and click start and are near the NFC chip. Then you have to create a shortcut. This shortcut allows you to scan the NFC chip and it opens up Focus and starts the session. I went ahead and created a little step-by-step guide on how to set this up so you don't have to run into all the issues that I ran into when I was trying to set this up. I couldn't find the answers anywhere, so here's this PDF. Make sure to check it out in the description. All right, so that magnetic NFC chip saved me from doom scrolling, but also when I'm just looking at my phone, just sometimes you get distracted by anything that's on it. And I leave my productivity apps open, but then I can get stuck in email land or notes land, trying to organize my notes to look better and look more aesthetic. Whatever it is, you can just get sucked in. That's what apps are made for. They're made for you to stay on their app as long as possible. So I went ahead and printed this phone box for digital well-being. All you do is take this off, put the phone in there, and lock her up. And then you can put it somewhere. So now it's locked. Not necessarily locked, all you have to do is twist, but you just put it up, put it somewhere. It's inconvenient for you to have to twist and pull, right? Like, and you're putting it in a different location. So if I'm ever in a time where I won't need any authentication codes or anything like that, and I'm full focus mode, I put my phone in the box. Along with blocking all the distracting apps, I also just blocked my phone entirely. The phone box was 3 plates, took a total of about 7.5 hours, and was 230 grams of filament. Now for the best thing that I feel like I found was this. I printed this a few years ago when I worked at my full-time job. And it was nice. People can tell, like, okay, she's busy, she's listening to music, she can't hear you, she's out for coffee, you shouldn't disturb her right now, or she just went to potty, or come, disrupt her as much as you want. So I had it lying around and then I'm like, how can I use this today? I'm literally working from home. My husband works in his studio that's outside of the house. So I decided I'm going to use NFC chips. For the X, what I did was put an NFC chip there and I set it up to turn on my work focus mode. This focus mode, what it does is turns off non-essentials. So like, I don't want to be getting my email notifications. I can do all that on my computer. So anything that I can access from my computer, I just have it not notify me. Anything like text messages or phone calls, I still want to get those. So those are the only things that come through. As soon as I sit down to work, I see the X, I scan it, and I get put into work mode. And then as soon as I'm done working, I also put an NFC check on the green check mark, and I made that to turn off work focus. So that's how I made the things that are around me, these 3D prints that I'm making, more smart. So not only do I have a little manufacturing center with my 3D printer, but I'm also making things more automated. I sure can go on my phone and turn on my work focus, but this is so much easier. So go out there, start printing things, make them smart, use NFC tags to automate more things, and make sure to make your home your own.